have many opinions. And overall, the madhab that you know of are 4 madhab. But within the madhab, each madhab, there's disputed opinions. That's why those who blindly follow madhab and say, I'm a Hanbali, I'm a Maliki, I'm a strict blind follower of this madhab. Well, okay, when there's a dispute within your own madhab, and that is in all the madhab, which detour or route do you take? I'm not saying with the other madhab, within your own madhab. Abu Yusuf and Muhammad ibn Hassan, first generation students of Abu Hanifa, had many opinions that were contrary to their sheikh. You get questions sometimes like, what did Imam Ahmad say on this? I only follow what Imam Ahmad said. You follow Imam Ahmad with no proof. You want the Hanbali opinion on that issue, or the Maliki opinion on that issue, or the Shafi'i or the Hanafi opinion on that issue, with no regard to proof. The problem for you is many issues within that madhab were disputed. Within that madhab. That's within that specific madhab. It's that small circle. So imagine the dispute outside that circle with other madhab. That's why the correct and safe route is to stick to proof. Of course, there's some exemptions, you know, someone who's illiterate, doesn't read, write, no resources, and that's a more in-depth talk that we need to get into. But we don't neglect ulama's opinions. That's why we study their books. But when it boils down to it, it's the proof that we go by. I'm not Hanbali, and I have never ascribed myself to any madhab in any time of my life, alhamdulillah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward my father as he taught me that from a very young age. And I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in abundance and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to reward my father with a very long life full of deeds and then Firdaws. The manhaj that I'm on and everything, the manhaj that I'm on and everything today was what I was on when I was 5, 6, 7, 8 years old and throughout my teenage years and so on and so forth. Never, alhamdulillah, did I change. When I was a child, for example, the looming conflict back then was the madhab issue. I recall discussions as a kid among families, and my father was involved in them, is how are we going to accept this person to marry our daughter when he's Shafi'i and we're Maliki? And my father always taught me that the foundation is the proof with love and respect to our ulama and their explanations. Just because we don't blind follow the ulama, it does not diminish the love and respect we have for them and their opinions. We most definitely need the understanding of the ulama. That's why we're studying this book and books like this. But our ultimate goal and the bottom line that we're obligated to go by is the proof as they, every single one of them said and taught us and wrote in their books. This book is a Hanbali book. But had we had before us a Shafi'i or a Maliki or a Hanafi book, I would teach it the same exact way. I would like to teach Muwatta Malik one day, inshallah, which is on the madhab of Imam Malik. And if I were to teach that book, the opinions you learn throughout this Hanbali book would be exactly what I would be teaching in the Maliki book. Meaning, the substantive issues and conclusions on fiqh matters would be the same on every issue. We would be mentioning the same issues, same underlying issues, subjecting them to proof and selecting what the proof backs based on what the ulama, the muhaqqiqeen of the ulama went through and analyzed and summarized for us and selected for us. You will see many times in this book we will mention, if we get through it inshallah, that the opinion the author chose turns out to be the weakest opinion, or that there are several opinions within the Hanbali madhab, or how the Hanabila, the Imams of the Hanabila madhab, responded to opinions within their own madhab. Or it may be, yes, the adopted Hanbali madhab, or even the adopted opinion of Imam Ahmad himself, But other ulama like Malik or Abu Hanifa or Shafi'i were the ones who were correct in that issue. In fact, Ibn Taymiyyah is considered Hanbali Imam. Some accuse him of being a hardcore Hanbali. And they say, look, Ibn Taymiyyah, he was a Hanbali. Why are you not following a madhab? If you're the type of Hanbali that Ibn Taymiyyah was, we would have no problem at all. Do you know that in the first section of fiqh, which is purification, purification comes before salah. It's usually the first section in fiqh books. It's a very small section. An initial section, introduction to salah, purification of tahara. Before they start on salah, they mention purification. In a personal study I did years ago, Ibn Taymiyyah, the Hanbali, disagreed with the Hanbali madhab on 1/4 or 1/5 of the issues in that section itself. Is that blind following? That's just in the first subsection of fiqh. He disagreed with his own madhab on 1/4 or 1/5 of the issues. You will see much of his disagreement with the Hanbali madhab in this book. In fact, you will see writings of Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah, the Hanbali, that they say the Hanbali, where he sided with some of Imam Malik's fiqh issue, not fiqh issues, but even in usul. And namely, one of them is Amal Ahl al-Madinah. The book is like an outline. The book is like an outline or an index that we go out from. Some of the opinions in it are correct opinions. And some of the opinions of the other ulama are the correct ones. And inshallah, we'll go through it sentence by sentence.